and welcome to Stan Twitter and podcast form. This is the Bias Critic. I'm your host, Kat, and I have been gone for a little while now. I took a break again because my job kills me, but I'm back. And the last time I posted, I told y'all I wanted to do a special episode with a special guest. So now I have my special guest. This is my brother.
Hello.
What's your name, brother?
My name is Logan.
And what are we going to talk about today, Logan?
Apparently we're talking about concerts.
Yeah, we're going to tell concert stories because Logan and I go to a lot of concerts together. So, how many concerts have you been to in general? Not just with me.
I gotta count for a second.
Okay, go ahead.
Paramore.
Yep. Paramore.
Oh lord, there's so many. Hold on. Paramore.
Panic
at the Disco. 21 Pilots.
Yep.
Shoot. There's so many.
Social Repose.
Yeah, Social Repose. What's that one a cappella group?
It starts with a P too, doesn't it?
Pentatonics.
That's what they're called. Yep.
I don't even remember what that one dude was that we went down and saw him in a bar.
He opened for Social Repose.
It was like Secret Tree Fort.
Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah, that was something I wanted to bring up actually.
And then in August, I'm gonna go see Chris Stapleton.
Oh, you do have one lined up.
Yeah.
I also have one lined up. I was gonna be.
And this traitor, went to Panic at the Disco, and
I went to
not
21
Panic
Pilots.
at the 21 Pilots.
And
sorry,
I went to Fall Out Boy.
21 Pilots twice without me.
Once without you, but I've gone to see them twice in total.
Yeah.
Yeah, once was without you. Yes.
And she didn't. She decided to take a little kid with her to Fall Out Boy instead of me.
Yeah,
so.
our little sister, who was like, how old was she?
7.
6, 7 at the time. Yeah, that was her first concert. Okay, so let's see. The first one we went to was 21 Pilots, right?
Yes.
Or was it Social Repose?
No, it was 21 Pilots.
Okay, so let's talk about that first. We went.
It was their what tour was that? That was their.
That was Blurry Face.
That was their Blurry Face tour.
And we went out of state for that one.
So that was in Omaha.
Yeah, it was in Omaha, so we went out of state for that one.
At like the Staples Arena or something?
I don't remember what it was called.
Sprint Arena? I don't know. It was nice.
It was my first time going to a concert without an adult.
Mine too, and it was my first concert.
Yeah, it was my first time going without an adult, because usually I would go with mom or dad or an adult, and now I was like navigating a arena I wasn't used to. Mm-hmm. And I had to navigate you.
Yeah.
I was like, just stay close to me.
I wore a Panic at the Disco concert to a 21 Pilots Panic at the Disco t-shirt to a 21 Pilots concert, and she was so upset and pissed off at me about that.
I was like, here, take one of mine, and you were like, no. This is what I'm wearing. That's true. That one, do you have like a specific memory with that one? I mean, obviously we'll have to bring up Panic at the Disco because that was the more.
Yeah. Besides, getting a lot of stares for probably wearing that, Panic at the Disco t-shirt. That's about it. It was, No, that was my first concert I had ever been to, too. So, mm-hmm. There's not anything that stands out besides the whole thing.
Right.
No, like...
it
other
was...
than getting, yelled at by someone who invited you to go to a concert for wearing a wrong t-shirt, that's the only thing that really
I thought you were
going
to say someone yelled at you at the concert. I was like, I don't remember that.
Or being right off the balcony on the second level and, you know, being terrified to jump around.
Yeah. Being on
rail
the
was,
floor. Being on the floor is kind of scary just because you're afraid of getting trampled, but being up high is kind of a different experience in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Panic.
Oh.
Because we went to Death of a Bachelor, and so we went to Panic at the Disco. It was the first time I had ever been on the floor. Like we were really close.
We were like 20 rows back. That's
yeah, we were
it.
really close.
Besides there being a huge gap in between, you know, the
of course,
first 10 rows and then us, because, you know, he had to have an aisle to walk through because he walks through the crowd. He walked through the crowd in the Death of the Bachelor tour.
Yeah. So the funny thing was, when we first got there, we were the first 2 seats, like, in the aisle. And I was in the aisle seat, and you were next to me, but so how tall are you now?
6 foot.
I'm 5'4". Logan was shorter than me at that point.
I was like 5'3".
Yeah. And so he couldn't see, so we switched spots, and therefore, what happened?
I got to shake Brandon Urie's hand as he walked through the crowd.
Yeah, that was an experience.
There was some really, you know...
What did his hand feel like?
Moist.
Moist. He was probably very sweaty.
Very sweaty. He gave me a giggle because, you know, I didn't want to let go of his hand. He looked at me and smiled, and I was like, yeah.
Finger gun.
Wink. No.
Wink, wink. I'm pretty sure, didn't I say, like, ask you if you were okay afterwards?
Yeah,
I was
you
like,
did.
I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And you were like, yeah, why? It was not the experience I was expecting.
She sacrificed a hug for my handshake.
I really did. I mean, I switched spots with you. That could have been me.
I couldn't see around the big bitch that was waving her hands. She had her, no matter what song it was, she was probably about 5'8", 5'9", and she just had her, you know, giant hands up in the air, waving them, and all I could see was the back of her head and her arms, you know. So I'm like, can we switch seats? And then she couldn't see, so she was always, you know, leaning on me or leaning over. The lady in front of us never sat down, no matter what song it was. Never sat down.
Never took a break.
She was up for the openers too. She was standing up for the openers.
Oh, you know, that's funny. I forgot that the opener for the Death of a Bachelor tour was what was their name? Mr. Wives.
Yeah.
They opened for 21 Pilots the second time I saw them too.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
I can't remember who opened for 21 Pilots the first time we saw them. There was like
Judah and the Lion.
There was like 3 of them.
Yeah,
like 3 openers.
Was there?
Yeah, there was like 3 openers that each played like 2 songs, and then they all, including Tyler Joseph and Josh Dunn.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Then all the openers and including 21 Pilots, you know, got out there, and then I can't remember what song they sang right before 21 Pilots, you know, started playing.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
So there was like 11 to 12 people on the stage at once, you know, singing, and like 3 different drum sets, and, you know,
yeah,
four different, you know, guitar players, a couple bass players, you know. It was pretty dope. But the countdown, because Panic at the Disco had more like suspense to it because they had a countdown. They had like a 15-minute intermission before they came out. So as soon as like it hit 1, I think, and like the entire arena just started counting down with it from like a minute. I'm like, good Lord, it's the longest countdown ever.
I remember when they did I'm pretty sure they do I Write Sins for the encore, right?
No, they came out playing that. Like as soon as it hit 0, you hear boom, boom, boom.
No,
boom,
they didn't
boom.
open with I Write Sins.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they opened with Don't Threaten Me with a Good Time.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
I remember
did they close out with I Write Sins then?
They must have. They either closed it or did an encore.
Because I just remember it being black, and all of a sudden you just hear boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
boom, boom,
I remember.
And then everybody's
Yes, and as soon as the lights came up and everybody started screaming, I saw one of the security guards
dancing.
He rolled his eyes.
Oh, I was expecting you to say dancing.
No, he rolled his eyes as soon as everybody started freaking out over I Write Sins.
He didn't even know the song.
He was unimpressed with all the teenage girls.
Then Paramore was...
Paramore you weren't into as much, I feel like.
But that was the first concert we went to. Like, that was like... But it wasn't a real concert because it was like...
It was at the State Fair.
It was at the State Fair, but that only holds like 8,000 people.
It was a much smaller venue
but,
than we were used to.
Brent Arena is normally like a basketball...
sure.
And they took out the entire floor. Like,
right,
So it was like wall to wall and like all the way up was just fans for, 21 Pilots. I can't remember who was playing there. 21 Pilots. It was just completely sold out. Same with, but Wells Fargo wasn't quite sold out. But then again,
how do you know this?
Because the back was empty.
How do you remember this?
The only reason I'm assuming is because Wells Fargo has horrible parking and it's right in the middle of downtown. But
yeah,
it was, it was a little nerve wracking, because when Brendan Weary walks through the crowd, he has like 5 or 8 big ass bodyguards walking with him, and they were like, had like a 2-foot gap in between him, so you could stick your hand out and like or hug him, and they keep moving. And I'm like, I'm gonna get my arm chopped off by one of these, like, 'cause I'm like, I'm not letting go of his hand.
And they came through while he was playing the song before.
He was singing "Death of a Bachelor" when they came through.
No, before, when the song before that, they all came through and like pushing people back in the rows. I was just listening the other day to the live album for Death of a Bachelor. Do you remember when they went, like, there was like a group of fans who like handed out the colored hearts, and then you'd put it up through your phone flashlight? You put the colored heart paper, like it was like construction paper.
Oh, for
and it was for boys, girls,
yeah.
Or girls, boys. I mean,
yeah.
And then it like formed like a rainbow.
And throughout the crowd.
Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I hope that once concerts like start coming back, that's something that people will still come up with and do. That's really cool.
I'm gonna have to buy a cowboy hat for Chris Stapleton. Another one.
You don't have a cowboy hat?
I'm gonna have to buy another one.
I thought you would have a cowboy hat.
One that's like his, because he has a really expensive white one.
I would assume you would have at least 2 cowboy hats.
I do. One's
honestly.
getting reshaped right now, but he has like a really expensive white one. Because like at the end of his concert, he just whips it out in the crowd, and it's like a $450 hat. It's like I think it's a Stetson. He just whips it right out in the middle of the crowd, and I'm like, where are we sitting? Like,
oh, I was gonna.
I'll tackle somebody for that hat.
I was gonna ask you if you knew where you were.
I think we're sitting like 7 rows back.
Oh.
Because we were the tickets. The Chris Stapleton ticket sold out in 11 minutes and 53 seconds.
Oh wow!
And they upgraded it so there's seats that go. He has a rounded stage this time, so they upgraded it so there's 10,000 instead of 8,000 that can fit in there. And tickets sold out in 11 minutes and 53 seconds.
Wow!
As soon as they went on sale, like they have a timer, just for big people like that.
Yeah.
When we went and saw Gabriel Iglesias, they sold out in 34 minutes. But Chris Stapleton sold out in 11 minutes and 53 seconds.
Jeez.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And it was like $105 each ticket.
Holy smokes.
And we got 4 of them, so.
Yeah, around here, people like country music for sure. So tell me about going to Pentatonics, because I didn't go to that one.
Pentatonics.
What did you think of it?
Oh, they were all right. They had some really trash openers, like... Nobody had ever heard of them, and they had like 3. The first openers had like 2 hype men just out there, like yeah, like just the entire.
What kind of music were they playing?
It was like R&B.
Oh,
or,
I guess I wouldn't have thought of that for a Pentatonics.
But everybody was the crowd was quiet that entire time. Like
for the openers.
For the both openers, like the entire.
Yeah, that's
nobody
a common
was cheering.
thing.
Nobody was clapping. Nobody was singing along.
Yeah,
because you know their music, but they were just covering it. Like they had an R. Kelly. They were singing an R. Kelly song.
Ooh, no wonder people were quiet.
Man, if I would have, I'll clap my hands for R. Kelly. Just golf clap it though. But it was all right. Pentatonix is overrated in my opinion.
Yeah,
they really went. Their music sounds way better when you're streaming it than live.
Really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah, unfortunately. But those tickets were like $40 a piece, so it really wasn't that big of a deal. And we were up high. We were in the bleachers instead of down on the chairs.
Yeah,
in the front. But other than that, it was all right.
They're not very good live though.
No,
you don't think?
No.
I'm not a big acapella fan, I guess, but
if you really want to listen to some good acapella, there's this. It's called like Voice Play or something.
Okay.
They covered songs out of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, I think I've seen one of their videos on YouTube.
And it's actually pretty decent. It's a lot better than Pentatonix in my opinion.
Yeah.
If you're into acapella stuff like that. Other than that, I don't think I would go see him again.
Yeah.
But I guess it was worth the experience. Even though it was an outdoor venue, state fair. Just because you could hear the roller coasters, people screaming on that slingshot ride. But that slingshot ride's 400 feet away, but you could hear them.
Yeah.
So it was awkward. And,
what was the crowd like during Pentatonix?
There were some people singing along. There were some people on the floor, up dancing. But
there's this group I like that also covers called Postmodern Jukebox. They do covers of like current songs in like retro styles from like 20s to like 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
I went and saw them once, and it was a very intimate like little theater, like movie theater sized location.
That's what they try to do to give you the vibe of like it's the 30s, the 20s.
For sure, yeah. And like people were up like dancing, but it was like just very quiet and very intimate, and it was a very different experience in that sense because it wasn't like boisterous and people like crowd singing along,
right?
Nothing like that.
Right.
But it was a lot of fun, and like they are very entertaining because of they have a spectacle,
right.
with the music.
I'm trying to think of what else. Besides that really small concert we went to,
Social Repose.
Yeah, there was like 20 people there.
Yeah.
But that was actually pretty dope because he put on a good show.
So we actually got to do the meet and greet for Social Repose, just by happenstance because we showed up a little early. I think that was the only reason
I think we bought.
Well, we
tickets
did.
That were a little more expensive.
We upgraded. It was like $5 extra a ticket.
Yeah, so
because it was in a bar. It was a bar show.
Like $25 a ticket.
Yeah, so that was really cool. I thought he was a really cool guy.
I think we played Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, he did a card. Well, we did like
Oh no, that's right. He drew spirit animals.
He drew on the Cards Against Humanity. Yeah, he drew spirit animals.
I sold him a blank box.
Yeah, and I made him draw a T-Rex.
I told him to draw a snake.
Yeah.
He just drew a line.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool.
Yeah, he was.
But I really liked the dude that opened for him.
Secret Tree Fort.
Secret Tree Fort, which is an interesting name, but he put on a good show too. He was
acoustic.
Mm-hmm.
You really liked his music. Yeah, I need to listen. I should go back and listen to him again because
he's actually is on Spotify. So
yeah.
I've listened to his music probably about 2 weeks ago. Just like, what was the name of that really weird one-man band that I was freaking Secret Tree Fort. At first, for some reason, I was thinking about Social Tree Fort, so I was looking.
You combined them.
Yeah. The exact opposite of Secret, But so then he has a good voice, but he's just a one-man band that just sits up on a bar stool, plays the guitar, and sings.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty decent.
Does he have a lot more music since?
I think he has 2 or 3 albums out now.
Wow.
But
it's been a few years.
It's been like 3 years now.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So I realized that not too long ago that, so obviously we didn't have any concerts last year in 2020, but in 2019, every concert that I went to was my second time seeing the artist.
Besides Fall Out Boy.
No, I didn't see Fall Out Boy last year or 2019. I saw Social Repose.
You saw Social Repose again?
Yeah.
When did you do that?
When was that?
Was he in another bar, or was he like at a venue?
I think he was in the same location even that we went to the first time, or in the same area at least. I saw 21 Pilots, and then I saw Cher. Actually, yesterday was 2 years to the day that I saw Cher, which is weird. So, yeah. I thought that was weird. So you have Chris Stapleton in August.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the Hella Mega Tour in August.
For
Fall Out Boy, Green Day, and Weezer.
Fall Out Boy, Green Day, and Weezer, huh?
Yeah, that was
Does Weezer still make music? Or is
yeah,
that like
they just put out an album like last month.
Because Green Day.
Yeah, Green Day just put out an album earlier either early this year or late last year. I can't remember exactly when it was. Fall Out Boy is the only one who hasn't put out music within the last year, because they haven't put out an album since Mania, and that was 2017 or 2018.
Wow,
it's been years.
I mean, they're getting old, so give them a break.
They're all having babies.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They're all having babies.
Yep.
Do you have any like bands or artists that you haven't seen that that are like your bucket list?
Well, he's dead.
Who?
Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah, I can't see Johnny Cash, 'cause that'd be
impressive.
It would be.
Just hear mumbling from under the ground.
Ew! Stop. Stop.
But probably Johnny Cash, if he was still alive, that'd be on my bucket list.
Okay.
Jamie Johnson, because he puts on one hell of a show.
Have you seen videos or something? Yeah.
And he just has a great voice.
Yeah.
And then there's this one Russian screamo band that just would be awesome to see. Like, if I could give you a sample of one of their songs without getting copyright, I totally would. Because it's just...
What are they called?
What are
You
they
look it
called?
up. I'll tell mine. So I for sure need to see Evanescence. I need to see Taylor Swift again. And
That's a head shake.
That's a head shake. Who else?
They are called Slaughter to Prevail.
Slaughter to Prevail?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I Prevail. That would be a good show.
That'd be a good show, too.
I would love to see I Prevail.
Or, if I could go see Slipknot, that'd be awesome, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Man, if Prince was still alive, that'd be a dope concert, too.
Do you listen to a lot of Prince?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Prince song?
Don't call me a fake stan, but Purple Rain, dude.
A fake stan.
Don't call me, Or, I don't know if Steven Tyler still performs. I don't think he does.
I don't know.
That'd be dope to...
Aerosmith,
would be dope. Let's see. Another really cool band that I would like to see. Ooh. Oh, God. What's his name?
I don't know.
He wrote a song about his son that, fell out a 2-year-old son that fell out of, a 2-story, 3-story window.
That's dark. What the fuck?
What's his name?
That's so dark.
What's his name?
I don't know. How does the song go?
I can't remember right now. Oh, Lord.
That's so dark.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
So, one thing that I would like to see, but I also don't know at the same time if I would, is Queen, because they still tour, but they Adam Lambert sings. Remember Adam Lambert?
Mm-hmm.
So
Wait, they had the original band members just besides Freddie Mercury?
No. So after Freddie died, their bassist retired. So it's the original drummer and the original guitar player, though.
Man, they're old.
They're in their 70s.
I was about to say, they're like 68 to 72.
They're in their mid 70s.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Good Lord. And they still know how to play well?
Yeah.
Huh.
But, I don't know if I would... I think it would be a really cool experience, but I don't know if I would... it would just be weird.
Just a little bit.
I don't know, It would just... It would not... I mean, obviously, wouldn't be the same show, of course.
Right,
But
right.
I don't know if I could...
I'm trying to find...
I would have much preferred experiencing Queen with Freddie Mercury, of course, but I was not alive then, so...
And I don't know if 3 Days Grace still makes music or still puts out albums, but they'd be cool to go see too.
Yeah, I like them.
Or Highly Suspect. That's who I was thinking of. Not the... I couldn't think of their name, but Highly Suspect.
They have a song about a child falling out of a window?
That's a different dude.
Oh.
But I was like, what's their name?
Oh.
I just couldn't think. Highly Suspect. That'd be a really dope show to go to.
I don't listen to a lot of their music, but what I have listened to is good.
Yeah. Or if Chris Cornell was still alive, Audio Slave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or just go see Chris Cornell when he was solo. Because he played a lot of acoustic covers and stuff. And he has an amazing voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. What's the name of that dude that wrote a song about his son?
I don't know.
Dad won't respond fast enough if I text him. My dad would know.
So, have you ever seen videos, because this is another thing that I was considering, Black Bear. Have you ever seen videos of him live?
No, I haven't.
Okay, because I feel like I would love to go experience him live, because I love him, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm too white for it, though.
Why?
I feel like it would just be a lot of drugs involved.
Probably, people passing out ecstasy or acid and
Yeah,
shit.
I feel like I would be a little too white and for that.
Experiment time. No. Maybe. Most likely. It's like it was like going in any rock show in the early 70s.
Well, yeah, of course. I wasn't there for that
early
either, though.
80s.
Disclaimer, though, I don't have anything against drugs or people doing drugs. I just have never done drugs. And I definitely don't think I would be able to handle it in that setting if it...
It'd make that setting cool.
It probably would. I've never even...
Why is Black Bear's face melting?
Man, are you okay?
You just got that confused rock, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson smolder on your face. What's happening?
I don't know what's going on.
But it's kind of cool. But oh God, I don't know.
So when I went to Fall Out Boy, Machine Gun Kelly opened.
Ugh.
And that was before he was pop punk, of course.
Machine Gun Kelly is pop punk now. I don't listen to Machine Gun Kelly because Eminem is for life. But
Eminem for life.
But I don't listen to Machine Gun Kelly because he's just trash.
I mean, I didn't listen to him as a rap artist. I've listened to the one song because he has a song with Black Bear that is off of his new album. I think it's called My Best Friend's Girlfriend or something like that.
Okay.
I don't fucking know. It's on TikTok. You've probably heard it.
Probably.
But this was a few years ago now, and a lot of people went to that show just for Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah.
And that was I feel like that was a little bit of a taste of that kind of experience, but
no,
probably not.
If you could travel back in time, you need to go see Snoop Dogg or Ice Cube or Biggie Smalls or Tupac or DMX when he wasn't 50 and or NWA when they were a group, Dr. Dre, frickin' Eminem when he was 23, 24 touring with Dr. Dre as his manager. That would have been dope, but you can't do that anymore. But if Eminem, I don't even know, Eminem still puts out albums, but I'm not sure if he's still, recording music. I mean, like, doing tours. He still records music. But he would be cool to see, even though he's, like 44, 45. I just don't know, if he had the, stamina to keep up with everything out there.
I'm sure he does.
But, if I could see, like, anybody within the next, like, 2 days or 3 days, it would probably be Audioslave, if they were still, a group.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be, like, number one on the bucket list. Or if I wanted to, just, like, go to a bar concert, Tenacious D, dude. Tenacious D, because Jack Black is funny, but he can sing.
Are they still a band?
Mm-hmm. They were on, like, Jimmy Fallon, like, 2 months ago.
Really?
Yeah. Might have been longer than that. I don't have a great sense of time, but they were on there not too long ago. But that's about it, If I could see anybody at the top of my list, it would have to be Audioslave, Johnny Cash, freaking... Oh, I have just so many I want to go see, so...
Yeah.
Highly Suspect would be third. Jamie Johnson would be fourth, and then, Eminem.
Mm-hmm.
So, but those are my top 5 that I would want to go see.
Tell me the name of the Russian band again.
Slaughter to Prevail. Like, I would definitely go to a bar show with that because, I don't know.
A bar show?
A bar show, because that's what they do. Like, they do really small venues.
Really?
But, like, his voice is just absolutely insane. Like, I mean, I sent a song to Dad, and he just replies with, "Nope."
Nope. I'm good.
I'm not that hard. That's what he said. But I don't know. I would have a lot I would like to go see, but quite a few people that I want to go see are no longer around.
Yeah.
So
now
Michael Jackson would have been cool to see too, because he put on one hell of a show. Even though he lip synced, he'd still put on one hell of a show.
Oh yeah. Like, I mean, I feel like this is not quite the same, but I feel like the equivalent of Michael Jackson today would be like going to see a Britney Spears concert
Or The Weeknd.
I don't even know The Weeknd music, if I'm being honest.
He sounds a lot like Michael Jackson. Like
I meant like stage presence wise.
Oh, stage present wise?
And
I mean,
like
he does
production
a lot of dancing. Okay. Up there. Like if he's anything like his music videos, I've never seen a concert of his videos. I'd have to look that up. But like in a lot of his music videos, he's dancing. So
okay.
As a prank, I'd probably buy someone Genuine concert tickets.
Genuine?
Yeah.
Is he still a musician?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. But that's a show for you. The Genuine concert.
A lot of strippers.
Mm-hmm.
So Logan and I's conversation actually went on for about an hour longer than this. And we kind of veered off into a different direction, talking about what he enjoys now, like what kind of music he's into now versus what he used to be into, and just how music has evolved and how his music tastes have evolved. And it was really interesting to hear coming from him, just being an 18-year-old kid and having a lot different music tastes than me, especially now. So that will be up at a later date. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we'll come back later on to listen to the rest of the conversation. And until then, you can follow the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at The Biased Critic. And we're also on Twitter. I don't know why I say we. It is just me. I am also on Twitter as @criticbiased. I hope you guys have a fabulous week, and I will talk to you next Sunday. Bye.